sorry, Nana.
Why the sudden eagerness to go out?
It's a man. No.
That's what it is, isn't it? You and that woman have arranged a clandestine meeting with some man.
No!
You little whore, don't you deny it. Just like your Aunt Harriet.
Grandmother, please!
You always have been. Don't you think you can hide it from me? It's written all over you. And why do you think... Come back here, I've not finished with you yet. You little whore, don't you deny it. Just like your Aunt Harriet. And I had to hear it from the start.
No.
You are 13 years old. Push me.
We're just talking, honestly.
Talking? Oh, you think I don't know what goes on, girl? I will not have a harlot for a granddaughter. And this door will stay closed until you learn the error of your ways. You hear me?
I hate you. It's true. I'm sorry, it's Nana. She's sick. I've got to get home.
Jenny, I'm so sorry.
It's all my fault. I
Cut
should
it
never
out,
have
Jen.
left her. If anything
Nothing
happens
is going
to
to
her.
happen. You can't blame yourself for everything.
Come on, we'll drive you home.
Well, Mrs. Hartley has some rheumatic pains in the joints. She suffers some insomnia, some loss of appetite, occasional bronchial trouble, and she has a 5% loss of hearing.
I don't understand. Surely that's to be expected in a woman her age.
Exactly.
She's not sick, Jen. She's just old.
No!
Yes, my dear. She's actually in remarkable shape.
And she knows this, Doctor.
Oh, yes. We've argued about it 100 times. Jennifer, your grandmother is a lonely lady who wants to keep you chained to her for the rest of her life. And the way her health is, she'll see another 20 years, believe me.
Nobody can justify wasted years. I have to know why. She can't keep lying to me.
Jenny, she's sedated, remember? Now, why don't you get a good night's sleep and approach her in the morning?
There's no point in fighting her anyway. She'd only win. But now she'll have to listen to what I want, won't she?
Of course she will.
I think we should go and let you get some rest.
But you didn't have to lie. You had no right, Nana.
Perhaps not. But there are no bars on the windows or doors. You were happy to stay with me. I made the decisions because you couldn't.
Is that right? Well, you won't have to make them anymore, will you? Why can't you just die and let me be free? What am I saying?
Oh, come on, it's all right. We know you didn't mean it.
I do mean it. I mean, I don't want her to die, but... Oh, God, I don't know what I want.
Hey, Jen, come on.
No.
Look, she's an old lady. She can't hurt you if you don't let her.
Oh, Lord.
It's easy for you. I've tried, Pip,
No,
honestly.
it's all right. Okay, sweetie.
I just can't stand it any longer.
I'm afraid it'll be just the two of you for dinner. I have to get back to Wentworth.
We'll be okay.
I don't know, perhaps I should just go home. Nana will be worried. I am going on this trip whether you like it or not. And you can change your will till you're blue in the face, but you're not stopping me. You've had your life. I won't let you have mine as well.
Jennifer, please. You're making a mistake.
sleep angry at each other.
Here we are. A nice hot cup.
There you are, Mrs. Reynolds. Grace okayed it.
Oh, Mrs. Reynolds. Nana's dead.
I know.
I'm afraid I have to stay, and anything that's said may be used.
Yes. Has she seen a doctor?
She's talked to Inspector Grace. Apart from that, I really don't know.
Are you all right?
They think I killed her.
Did you kill her, Jenny?
I picked up the lamp. Her head, it was all wet. I don't remember.
Try to remember. You were alone with your grandmother. Did anyone else come into the house?
No. I was playing the piano. She knocked and knocked, but I didn't go, not till later. Then she was dead.
She knocked.
Yes. Very loudly, over and over on the ceiling above me. But she didn't call. Supposing that was when Mrs. Reynolds... We fought, but I loved her.
Then why did you kill her?
She wouldn't let me be free. No way, I didn't do it.
Oh, you got her to change the will so you'd get all the bloody money. Then you plan on killing her and you leave for Japan. We know all that.
No! I wanted to go to Japan, but I didn't know about the money. I thought she was cutting me out of a will, I swear.
Come on, I don't believe a bloody word of it. Get her out. Okay.
No, please listen. I loved her. I couldn't have killed her.
Come on out.
Brenda, charge her with murder.
Please, I must go home. Nana.
Come on, Jennifer. Just want you to stand on this white line over here.
Oh, yeah. What's she doing? Murder. You wouldn't pick it, would you?
Now, I'm going to ask you a few questions, and all you have to do is answer yes or no.
Oh, please, I don't belong here. I want my Nana.
Now, your name is Jennifer Elise Hartley.
I didn't do anything. Oh, God. I didn't do it.
Here we are.
I don't understand. The other women, you mean I'm to be locked up on my own?
It's only for 24 hours. It's just routine. Just want to make sure you settle in, that's all.
Please, Mrs. Morris, don't put me in there. My grandmother's dead. Don't shut me up on my own. I swear I won't hurt anyone.
Oh, it's not that. Believe me. Come on, there's nothing to be afraid of.
You think I'll hurt myself, don't you? That's why you took away my pantyhose and my belt.
Hartley, you're only making things worse. Now, it isn't easy coming to a place like this. How well you survive depends on you. Don't make it any more difficult than it already is.
Why won't anyone believe me? Look, there's been a mistake. I shouldn't be here. I have to get out.
Now stop that. You'll only make things harder on yourself.
You don't understand. I have to organize my grandmother's funeral.
I'm sure someone else will be looking after that.
Oh, no, you don't understand. There's no one else to take care of things. I can't believe she's dead. I don't know how I'm going to cope by myself. You see, I have to get out.
I'm sorry, but I can't help you. You've been charged with murder. Now it's up to the courts and your lawyer to get you out. So calm down, eat your food. I'll check on you later.
Oh, there must be something you can do. Please. I can't stand it in here.
I'm sorry.
But I didn't do it!
Who's the crybaby next door? Someone's little darling. Shut up, Kelly. Little pain in the bum.
I didn't do it. I couldn't have. Please. Someone believe me. I don't understand. What have I done?
Don't you act the innocent with me. You're the one that goes around bashing old ladies' heads in for their money, aren't you?
Etty, back to work.
Oh, I'm going, all right. Don't have to tell me again, I'm going.
You don't have to worry about her.
They've judged me already.
No, they haven't. They're just suspicious. They need time to get used to you.
Mrs. Morris, I'm innocent, but no one believes me. I loved my grandmother and I could never hurt her. She knew that. I must be allowed out to attend her funeral. Oh, they will let me, won't they?
Well, I'll speak to Mrs. Reynolds and we'll see what we can arrange. End of work, Bill. I've got some duties to attend to, so I'll come back later and introduce you to the other ladies. Meantime, you just try and relax.
Excuse me, what are you doing?
What's it look like?
Those are mine, you can't do that.
Nice hairbrush.
Put it back, please.
How about filling me in on the details? What? Don't act dumb. How many times you belt the old girl over the head before she carked it out? She bleed a lot. Pretty tough skulls, some of them old ducks. She make a lot of noise.
Stop it! I didn't do it.
Oh, don't give me that. I'd have done it myself, given half the chance to get all that bread. So drop the act, okay?
Give me back my brush and get out of my room.
Sure. If you want your brush back, you'll have to take it off me.
Oh, now look here.
What's going on here?
Oh, nothing.
What are you doing here, Jenkins?
I was just leaving,
She's
to see.
stealing my brush.
Okay, hand it over.
You snotty bitch.
Out, go on.
Mrs. Reynolds, I didn't kill my grandmother. You must believe that.
Jenny, you know what I believe makes no difference.
Hey, don't have to talk to her now. I fixed it myself.
All right, Jenkins, you've blown your rec period. Now get out.
Why are you all doing this to me? I haven't done anything to hurt you.
Look, Jenny, this is a communal rec room. We have to go along with what the majority want.
But the music is beautiful.
That's a matter of opinion.
I don't understand any of you. But nobody seems to care that I am innocent.
Yeah, well, I'm innocent too. The other Nora Flynn killed 3 people.
You murdered 3 people.
No, I didn't. Nora Flynn did. She was 19 years old. Cold-blooded murderer she was.
But I'm not.
Look, what you've got to try and understand is that you've been put in here as punishment, and you've got to live with that crime. I reckon that's enough punishment for any person. But no one's got the right to judge you or punish you anymore.
But I didn't do it.
Lights off in 15 minutes, ladies.
How long do you think it'll take them to give in?
Oh, Nana. I wanted so much.
Come on, lass, you just make yourself ill here.
The best I can do is arrange for you to visit the grave and take some flowers as soon as everything's back to normal.
It isn't the same thing.
No, it isn't.
This can't be happening. Any of it. It's just a bad dream, and all I have to do is to hold on and I'll wake up.
Believe me, Jenny, I know exactly how you feel.
No. No, you don't. How could you? You weren't there. You didn't see it. They dragged Tammy out screaming. And Myra, She was trying to say something and he just put the gun to her head. We didn't know who would be next. And then Nora, she got the gun, and that horrible little man, he was so scared he put his hands up and she just fired and his body jumped in the blood. How could you possibly understand? I heard those noises. The lamp. All I did was pick it up. And then I saw Nana and all that blood. That's what really happened, Mr. Moss, not what you're saying.
Well, naturally, I'll do everything I can, but I wouldn't put your hopes too high. And if you do decide to change your mind about pleading guilty to manslaughter, let me know. Now, I'll tell the officer we've finished.
Don't you see what's happening here? I could spend the rest of my life in prison for something I didn't do. He has to talk to them, tell him, take him to see them.
Well, I'll try.
You must. I'll get my solicitor to follow it up right away. Oh, thank God, at last. Something I can use to fight back. Terrific news. But it's just between you and me, okay?
Yeah, okay. I'm real good at keeping secrets.
I think I found a way of proving my innocence.
That's great! Hey, why can't I tell the others?
When the court's clear me, then we'll tell them.
That's real good. Hey, there's going to be a few surprise faces.
Is it all arranged? Did Mrs. Goddard see the police?
Jennifer,
And
just...
George. She was going to see George. He's the gardener I told you about.
Jenny, sit down, please.
What is it? Mrs. Goddard hasn't changed her mind, has she?
Mrs. Goddard is dead. I'm sorry. I tried to contact her after you rang yesterday, but, well, she was killed before she even got to the police station.
What happened?
Hit and run. Apparently the driver didn't even try to avoid her. Witnesses said the fellow looked drunk.
And George? You saw George?
No, your aunt's moved into your grandmother's house, and the first thing she and her husband did was to fire the staff.
Poor George. He's worked for Nana all his life.
It's unfortunate for our case. No one knows where he's gone. It seems he's just disappeared.
Please, Daphne, just leave me alone.
He's collecting insurance money.
What does that mean?
You see, prison can be a dangerous place. But I've set up a little scheme.
50 cents a day, or something terrible might happen.
But that's blackmail.
What's 50 cents a day to a poor little rich girl like you? You must be rolling in it.
But I'm not. I don't have a penny to my name.
Then you better change your name, lady. Because I don't give credit.
I can't stand the thought of being locked up in here forever with people like Kelly.
Now, that's enough. Don't you turn on those waterworks again.
But she's going to make life miserable for everybody. Oh, Aunt Harriet, thank goodness you've come.
I've come for one reason only, and that is to make it clear to you that I never want you writing to me or pestering me for help again. You're a ruthless, wicked girl.
Oh, but surely you don't think... Oh, Aunt Harriet, you know me better than that.
I thought I did. I would never have believed that such an apparently devoted child could turn into such a vicious, homicidal maniac. Mother gave you everything, and look what she got in return.
Oh, calm down, Harriet, love.
But I didn't do it, I swear. Uncle Stephen, I didn't, I couldn't.
There's not much doubt, according to the police.
You're not getting a penny of my money, do you understand? Even if your little Miss Innocent act does fool the police, you're not getting 1 red cent.
I wouldn't bother getting in touch if I were you.
Why did you sack George? Why did you get rid of him after all these years? Why? But I haven't done anything, that's just it. I could never have done that to Nana.
That's what they said about Dr. Crippen, dear.
Oh, shut up, Willie. Well, assuming we believe you, love, if you didn't do it, who did?
I don't know. I've racked my brain. Or maybe it was a burglar or someone like that.
But the police didn't find any sign of breaking in. Only your gardener did.
And now no one can find him.
You killed my grandmother.
Easy, sweetheart. That's slander.
You killed her. I'm locked up in here and you killed my Nana. You murderer! Murderer! What's the matter with you? Why don't you believe me?
Jennifer, I must insist.
He killed my grandmother.
You can't prove that. Now, please just calm down and we'll work something out.
I can't. Steve Formby is walking away scot-free while you just sit there instead of calling Inspector Grace. I didn't kill her, don't you understand that? I told you what he said.
You can't prove that. It's merely your word against his.
You don't believe me. Nobody does. What do I have to do to get you to understand that man is the murderer?
Please, just calm down or I'll get Sister Hall to give you a tranquilizer.
You've got no right to do that.
Take her to solitary.
What for? I haven't done anything.
Attacking a visitor, for insubordination, and mostly so that you can calm down and look at this in a logical and sensible manner.
What's the point? I'm talking to myself.
I managed to find another little interesting tidbit of information. It seems they arrived in Melbourne 3 days before they said they did.
3 days?
Which means they had ample opportunity. And a motive.
Oh, can't they be arrested or something?
We'll have to be patient on that one. The first thing we've got to do is to persuade Inspector Grace to reopen the investigation.
How long will that take?
Not too long, I hope. Old Jack's an old friend. Which means you may not even have to appear in court.
Oh, Howie! Oh, thank you. Not being very fair on Daffy, you know.
Oh, yeah? What are you, the guardian angel or something?
Look, I just think her self-esteem's low enough at the moment without you pulling it down further.
Don't you go spouting your self-esteems at me, Granny Measure. I reckon we're going to be spending a lot of time together after they find you guilty. You want to get through in one piece, you lay off the sermons.
The prints were in a pattern suggesting a fist clenched around the lamp, suggesting it was being wielded like a club.
Please, listen to me. I could never kill anyone, least of all Nana. She was all I had. I know it looked bad at times, but to actually decide I was guilty...
Jenny, you weren't found guilty. It was a hung jury. Now, obviously, some of them thought you were innocent.
Well, why couldn't they have convinced the others? I mean, surely what Howie told them about Aunt Harriet and Steve Formby was enough.
Look, you're only making things worse for yourself by going over it continually. The judge has ordered a retrial, and then you probably...
I can't bear the thought of having to go through it all again.
Well, you've got to.
Maybe. But I can't survive in this place much longer. It's destroying me. Stand it here.
You can't afford to crumble, Jenny, not with your retrial coming up.
I'm sorry, I just couldn't help it.
You've also deprived the other women of one of their few luxuries. I've got no option but to prevent you from playing the piano for the next 4 weeks.
I'll pay for the damage out of my own money. Then I'm afraid I'm going to have to go straight to the council, tell them exactly what's going on. Please stop it, you're hurting me!
You're not going to go to any council. And you're not pulling out of the contest. You're going to give all those monks who bet on you a sporting chance. That's what you call it, isn't it? Yeah, just like I'm giving you now. Which is really no chance at all.
Police have arrested and charged a man with the hit-and-run murder of Harriet Formby. His name is Stephen Formby, the dead woman's husband. Inspector Grace of the Homicide Squad is heading the investigation. Now to today's sport.
What's the matter with you, Jen? You look as though you've seen a ghost. I just heard on the news. Stephen Formby's been arrested for murdering Aunt Harriet. You know what that means?
He helped you knock over your granny.
Finally, they'll know he was quite capable of murdering Nana.
It's over, Jennifer. You're free.
Oh, I've imagined it so many times, it's hard to believe it's really happening.
It'll sink in soon enough.
Oh, can I say goodbye to the women?
Of course. We're not going to hustle you straight out the front gate.
I won't know what to say to them. They've done so much for me. I'll miss you all.
Look after yourself out there, okay?
I'll keep in touch.
We'll understand if you don't.
You won't want to know about us when you're having garden parties in that big mansion of yours.
Hey, you really going to be having garden parties? Not straight away. I've got a lot of things to look into. Nothing can compensate for being forced to experience this place. Goodbye, Mrs. Reynolds.
Bye, Jenny.
Well, I've been stuck in that place, and there were times when everyone had dumped me too. Try it sometime. It's a wonderful feeling.
Jenny, you were innocent. You had a case to present to court.
Not according to my first legal gentleman. As far as he was concerned...
I'm sorry. I am sorry.
So am I. I'm sorry for all the women that are in that place because most of the legal profession think like you. Dump her. Hey. I had to go back there today. I had to tell Lexi that her mother had disowned her. Oh, she pretended she didn't care, but I know better. It's incredible how noise carries in that place, especially after lights out. The crying. Well, that's what Lexi will be doing tonight. Forget? Oh, no, Ben. No, don't you worry yourself about it. No, you and Ben concentrate on this wonderful wedding. It's far more important. Jen. And it's time I started to do something about my own future. The longer I put it off, the harder it'll be.
Of course.
I haven't hurt you or anything, have I?
No. And if I can be any help at all,
Please. You've already done enough. Especially considering where I've been.
Oh, Jenny. Heavens, I've known you since you were a child. That makes no difference.
But it does. Even though we don't want it to. It's all so vivid. May. Nora. That horrid place.